Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I reviewed the Arrow season finale, so I might as well also review The Flash season 5. Yes, that's the season that we're at, season 5 finale, and I'll give a quick overrun of what I thought of this season as well, since I haven't talked about it in a while. Let's start off with how this episode started. Ralph, I guess, figured out why Reverse Flash Thawne was so hell-bent on helping Nora get to the past and destroying the dagger, because it's revealed that the dagger is the only thing that's keeping him depowered in prison in the future before his execution. So if they destroy the dagger in the past, it will destroy it in the future and set him free. I love this. I love this because I was so upset when I thought that they were really trying to make Reverse Flash the good guy, or trying to make him have a change of heart, trying to make him be sympathetic, and he's grown close to Nora and maybe she's changed him to be a better person. No! Absolutely not. If they had stuck to that, I would be ranting a hell of a lot more about this episode, believe me, but don't you worry, there are some stuff to still complain about. So Ralph does that. He takes the blast instead of the dagger, so he turns into this weird, horrible CGI looking thing. And honestly, I was hoping that it would have killed him, not because I hate Ralph. This season, Ralph has actually been tolerable. He's been decent enough of a character to not be annoying. The first season when he was introduced, what was it, season 4, he was horrible. His over-the-top comedy, the wackiness and goofiness that came with him, I wanted that guy dead and gone, and then they kept him around. This season, he's been such a non-character. He's always been there in the background. He's always been there to just kind of once in a while say things. And he's barely been there, so that's why I thought, well, if you kill him off, it gets rid of what I have a huge problem with all of these CW shows, is that there's just too many characters in general. All of these heroes have a team with them, and there's too many heroes, and it makes them look incompetent when they have such problems fighting one villain. And then when you get to the finale, like in this example, and you see 7-8 people fighting one villain, you almost feel bad for the villain because they're being outnumbered, and it makes the heroes look like bullies. And I don't think it's great storytelling. I don't think it's smart to have so many people that we don't care about. You can have multiple characters on the show if you have 23 episodes or whatever you have. Sure, fine, you want to have interesting stuff, but to have everyone be a hero, that's been my main problem. Of course, Ralph doesn't die. They figure out a way to bring him back and save him. Alright, Cisco. Remember Cisco? He got a girlfriend in an episode so long ago that I almost forgot. We haven't seen her since. Now we briefly mention her again because he has to go meet her, and he has a conversation with Caitlin about revealing his secret to her. And I thought the same thing. The girlfriend ends up saying this, but when Cisco reveals that he is Vibe and that he has these secrets in the lab and the hero stuff, the girlfriend goes, "Wow, you didn't really need to tell me that, dude. We've only been dating for like a week. So slow down. Like, you don't need to tell me all of this." And I thought, finally, somebody who gets it, because all of these characters treat these situations like it's the hardest, most diring thing. And Cisco, dude, wait a little bit. Even she said, I've seen too many superhero movies, or I've read too many comic books to know how this all works out. Sure, she's sort of nothing of a character. I don't really buy that a girlfriend would react like that. She'd probably either be pissed that you lied to her, or she'd be weirded out and leave, and that would be the end of it. But of course, she's so understandable and so cool with it. Okay, fine. And Cisco ends up taking the cure later on. We'll jump ahead and talk about that. So I wasn't surprised that this happened, because I knew that the actor for Cisco was going to leave the show after this season. It makes sense, I guess. Although I wish they built up more of a reason why he would want to take the cure. Is it just for this girlfriend, or has he always secretly wanted a normal life? They never really delved into that. It seemed like once the show found out that he was leaving, it either caught them off guard, and so they just had to quickly write up a reason for why he had to go, as opposed to building up him as a character and why this is such a big deal for him. But okay, he's gone. Am I going to miss Sisko? If this was season 2, I probably would miss him a lot, but ever since me not liking him in season 3, him being a dick to Barry, I haven't really cared about him. So honestly, trim the fat. Let's get rid of some of these side characters like I mentioned. We don't need so many of them. I want to mention Cicada. So Cicada is no longer played by the dude from American Pie, Chris Klein, right? That's his name. No longer played by him because he was killed off by his niece from the future who came back to the past to kill him because he had a change of heart. And so now she's wanting to finish his original work and kill off all the metahumans. This actress I liked a lot more than Chris Klein. Just a lot more believable. His over-the-top, raspy Batman voice or whatever he was going for was not working. And this actress seems like she knows what she's doing. Now, the whole time that she was there, I was looking at her and I thought, man, she looks really familiar. And so I finally looked her up like last week. And she was on a couple of things that I know. Well, one, she was in Final Destination 2. Really random, I know. But more importantly, her connection to the CW is she was on Smallville. She played one of Clark Kent's early girlfriends back in, I think, season 3 or 4, Alice. And they were dating. She became a metahuman and became evil and tried to kill Lana, and it was a whole issue going on there. So to realize that they brought her back, basically, to be a villain on Flash, really enjoyed that, just that connection alone. But her, as an actress, viable, believable, and a little freaky how she was taking care of her younger self and then doing what she was doing. I just feel like we spent so much time away from her that I almost forgot she was the villain. We spent so many episodes with Nora and how she almost became a villain and how she was turning to the dark side. And in fact, I found that more interesting than almost anything else going on this season. And then they just did away with it. Then they just were like, oh, never mind, Nora, you're good now. So it's been so convoluted and so back and forth these last few episodes that I was losing track of who the actual main villain is, who is the person that we need to pay attention to. But alright, they brought it back. They defeated Cicada. They not only destroyed the dagger, but they destroyed her existence from time. So that was a decent moment. And then Thawne, you realize that he was using Nora, like I said, to get the dagger. So you get the scene of the dagger disappearing in the future. He, in a badass way, just kills all of the guards in one swoop. That scene just reminded me of why I love Reverse Flash as a character, Eobard Thawne. Which, did we ever explain why he's still looking like Harrison Wells? I know logically, at least realistically, the real answer is probably they didn't bring that actor back, the other actor who played Thawne. Maybe he's busy, who knows. But just in the show, is there a reason why he's still looking like Harrison Wells at this point? Doesn't really make sense, but okay, fine. They wanted the character there, and the actor who plays Wells did a great job at playing not only Sherlock, but he also played Thawne. And then Nora and Barry show up in the future. They have a chase with Reverse Flash, and Reverse Flash was kicking their ass. I was enjoying this. In fact, I enjoyed that they got rid of Cicada and was focusing on Thawne, because I thought to myself, this is what I missed about the Flash show. How great of a villain Thawne is. The idea that he, in the future, was starting to mess with Barry's daughter now, with the same name as his mother. Once again, messing with his family. That one episode when Barry got in Thawne's face through the prison and he was so emotional, Grant Gustin, the actor, just poured so much anger into the whole, this is my daughter that you're messing with here. First my mother, now my daughter. Like, I love that. I love Thawne making it so personal. That's why these two are destined to do this forever. I got nervous when Team Flash shows up once again. So many heroes up against one villain. Sure, maybe it made Thawne look very credible as a villain that you needed this many people to go up against him, but at the same time, he just started to get his ass kicked, and they just all started to beat him up and bounce him around like he was a pinball. And they didn't kill him though, or he didn't die. I thought maybe he was gonna die, but it didn't happen. They stopped it, and then you start to realize that Nora was starting to turn into dust. I guess she got Thanos in this episode because they changed so much of the past. It was changing the future, creating a new timeline, and she left. She's gone. So look. They try to make it really emotional. They try to make it really sad. I feel like Arrow's finale last night also tried to go for the emotion in the feels, and I didn't quite get there. But this one, maybe story-wise, made more sense, felt a little better. I still can't find myself to get there with these CW shows. I remember bawling like a baby in the finale of season 1 when Barry revisited his mother and had that scene where he got to talk to her before she died. I haven't felt like that from this show in so long that, again, they tried to get me there. It didn't quite work. And you see the end. Nora somehow knew that she was going to die and left a tape for her parents, Iris and Barry, which, look, I don't want to keep comparing this to Avengers Endgame and the MCU, but I cried when Tony Stark had that message for his daughter and for everyone, just in case he died, and then you saw that play out, and it got to me. It feels like they're trying to do the same thing, and it doesn't work. I'm not feeling it, and logically, there's no reason why Nora was gonna think she would die before this, so her recording a message just, once again, doesn't make much sense, but it's there. Look, was this horrible? Was this terrible? No, I think that this season is better than season 4 and even better than season 3. I still didn't love it. I still have many issues with this season. I didn't really care for the actress that played their daughter. Honestly, the back and forth between her being good and her being bad, it didn't go the way that I thought would have been more interesting. Barry having to fight his daughter who goes to the dark side would have been a hell of a lot more interesting than what they ended up doing with it. I love the fact that Reverse Flash is still around though, and he said, "I'll see you in the next crisis," wink wink, so he'll definitely be around next season. So that I'm looking forward to. I think that there's still potential, but honestly, I don't know. I'm going to stick around to see Arrow's final season because why the hell not? I've been here for this long. I might as well see how that wraps up. And given what we're going to get with the crisis, I want to see what happens. So next season is my make or break, honestly, with these CW shows. If next season, if I still get the same low level of laziness, horrible writing, inconsistencies, lack of character development, lack of me caring about these quote-unquote emotional scenes, but just feels forced and all of this stuff that I've been getting from the CW lately. If I get more of that next season, then I'll be done. I'm going to say it now. If Crisis on Infinite Earths does not deliver, then I will be done with all of these shows. And for all of you who are still enjoying it, you won't have to hear me bitch and complain anymore. I'm sure you're happy about that. Honestly, though, this season, this finale does not get a horrible review. It just kind of gets a meh review. It's just, it was there. I'll forget about it in a couple days, honestly. So guys, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of not only this finale of Flash, but the whole season, season 5? Do you think it delivered? I'll admit that there were great episodes throughout it. There were some great moments, but overall, was this memorable? Was this something that you're really gonna go back and say, man, season 5 of Flash was really on point? Or do you agree that it's still lacking, it still needs some work? What can we do to make it better? Or if you've given up already, let me know when. When did you give up on The Flash? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Oh yeah! Today I feel Super Bowl. Feel it in your mind, you lose control. Feel it in your breast, and you super soul. I don't say